Welcome back to Brainwave Learning Hub. Dating in today's digital world can feel exciting, but also dangerous. While love and connection are just a message away, hidden behind the screen are predators waiting to take advantage. Before you risk your heart, your trust, or even your money, you must learn the warning signs. In this video, I'll reveal the red flags you need to spot before dating, so you can protect yourself and find real, honest love.
In the vast and ever-expanding digital savannah, a new kind of courtship ritual has emerged. Here, individuals from all corners of the globe can meet, their paths crossing in a world woven from code and light. This new environment offers remarkable opportunities for connection, allowing bonds to form across great distances. It is a place of wonder, where a simple message can spark a profound relationship. Yet, like any wilderness, this digital frontier is not without its dangers. It is a habitat where one must tread carefully, observing the signs and signals that nature provides for our protection. It requires a keen eye and a patient heart. Among the genuine seekers of companionship, there exist predators of a different sort, romance scammers, creatures of deception. Understanding their behaviors is not a matter of cynicism, but of survival. It is an essential skill for anyone navigating this complex ecosystem of human connection. By learning to recognize the subtle warning signs, we can arm ourselves with knowledge. The goal is to move through this world with confidence, able to appreciate its wonders, while remaining aware of potential pitfalls. We will now embark on a journey to identify 7 key warning signs, tracks left in the digital sand. By studying these patterns, we can better protect ourselves and trust the ancient instincts that have guided us for millennia. This knowledge allows us to proceed not with fear, but with wisdom. Our first observation concerns the creature's digital footprint, or rather the lack of one. A genuine individual leaves traces of their existence, friends, family, a history that can be seen over time. The scammer presents a profile that is curiously sparse and recently created. It features only 1 or 2 professional-looking photographs, often of a strikingly attractive individual. These images seem too perfect, too staged, lacking the candid quality of a life genuinely lived. It is a carefully constructed facade designed to lure you in. This lack of verifiable past is a significant red flag. When you attempt to search for them on other platforms, you will often find nothing. They seem to exist only within the confines of the dating app where you met. They have no visible connections, no tagged photos from friends, no history that would paint a picture of a real person. This digital isolation is unnatural. In today's interconnected world, such a void is highly suspicious. Often these images are stolen from the internet. A simple reverse image search can reveal their true origin. You may discover that the handsome military hero is actually a model from a stock photo catalogue, or that the compassionate doctor is a public figure whose pictures have been misappropriated. This discovery is a clear and undeniable sign of deception. The person you believed you were talking to does not exist. It is a mask, and behind it lies an individual with motives far from romantic. The first rule of observation is to look for signs of a real life. A genuine person will have a digital presence that reflects their history and relationships. They are not an island. They have connections, shared experiences, and a verifiable past. A profile that is too new, too perfect, or too isolated should be viewed with utmost caution. It is the first sign that you may not be interacting with a fellow seeker of companionship, but with a predator who has mastered digital camouflage and is beginning its hunt. The next pattern we must examine is the astonishing speed of their emotional advance. In the natural world, courtship is often gradual, involving displays, tests of compatibility, a slow building of trust. The romance scammer operates on an accelerated timeline. Within days or sometimes hours of first contact, they will profess profound and undying love. They will say you are their soulmate, their destiny, the one they have been searching for their entire life. This behavior is profoundly unnatural. This rapid escalation is a calculated strategy. It is designed to overwhelm your natural caution and create a powerful, albeit false, emotional bond. They shower you with compliments, write poetic messages, speak of a future together before knowing simple things about you. This intense emotional bombardment, known as love bombing, is a form of manipulation. It bypasses logical parts of your brain and targets your desire to be loved and wanted. True affection, like a mighty tree, grows slowly from a small seed, requiring nurturing and shared experiences. The scammer's love is like a plastic flower, perfect from the beginning, but with no roots, no life. It is an imitation designed to deceive the eye, but it will never grow. A declaration of love from someone who has never met you, never heard your voice, never seen you in real time. This is not true passion. It is a sign of a well-rehearsed script. When you encounter affection that moves at breathless, unsettling speed, it is time to pause. This is a critical warning sign. Healthy relationships are built on mutual understanding and shared experience, not instant declarations from strangers. This premature affection is not romantic whirlwind. It is a carefully deployed tactic. It is the predator's way of quickly ensnaring prey, creating emotional dependency to exploit for gain. Be wary of love that blooms too fast. As the manufactured bond deepens, another key behavior emerges: the telling of a tragic and elaborate backstory. The scammer's life is invariably marked by profound sorrow and hardship. They are almost always widowed, often under heartbreaking circumstances, left to raise a child alone. This narrative is designed to elicit sympathy and create a role for you as their savior, the one person who can bring light back into their desolate life. This story often involves a noble but dangerous profession. They might be a doctor working in a war-torn country, a soldier on a top-secret mission, an engineer on a remote oil rig, or an art dealer traveling abroad. This choice of profession is highly strategic. It serves as a convenient excuse for why they cannot meet in person, make video calls, or communicate normally. It creates a barrier that prevents you from ever verifying their identity in the real world. The details are often dramatic and filled with inconsistencies. If you listen closely, they may speak of a deceased spouse one day and a difficult divorce the next. The story might change subtly as they forget details of their elaborate fiction. These inconsistencies are the cracks in their facade. A person telling the truth has a consistent story because it is based on memory. A person weaving lies must constantly invent and remember fabrications, and eventually they make mistakes. When presented with such a narrative, it is vital to engage your critical thinking. The combination of tragic past, overseas job, and inability to communicate normally is a classic hallmark. It is a carefully constructed persona, a character in a play written to gain your trust and sympathy. This emotional hook is the setup for the next and most dangerous phase of their plan. After establishing emotional bond through love bombing and tales of woe, the predator moves to the final stage. This is when the request for money comes. It will never be a straightforward demand. Instead, it will be disguised as a dire emergency, a crisis that only you can solve. This is the culmination of their entire effort. The request is presented as a test of your love, a desperate plea for help from your supposed soulmate. The nature of emergency is always linked to their fabricated story. The doctor needs money for flight home, the soldier needs funds for secure communication line, the engineer faces sudden medical emergency or critical equipment failure. The scenarios are endless, but all share extreme urgency and claim that you are their only hope. They will apply immense emotional pressure, suggesting that if you truly loved them, you would not hesitate. They may express profound disappointment or anger if you question the request. This is a tactic to make you feel guilty and short-circuit your rational judgment. They are leveraging false intimacy to manipulate you into acting against your best interests. They promise to pay you back as soon as their crisis is resolved, a promise they never intend to keep. This is the most critical moment of all. A request for money from someone you have never met is the loudest and clearest alarm bell. No matter how convincing the story or deep the emotional connection feels, you must resist sending money. A genuine person who cares for you would never put you in such a position. This request is not a plea for help, it is the predator's strike. Recognizing this and refusing to comply is your ultimate act of self-preservation in the digital wilderness. A consistent pattern you will observe is their masterful art of evasion, particularly when proving their identity. A key tool for building trust in modern relationships is the video call. It allows you to see each other in real time, observe expressions, hear their voice, confirming you are speaking to the person in photographs. The romance scammer will go to extraordinary lengths to avoid this. They will have a seemingly endless list of excuses. Their camera is mysteriously broken. The internet connection on their remote location is too poor to support video. Their top-secret mission forbids such communications for security reasons. They might agree to a call, then at the last minute an emergency will conveniently arise. These excuses may sound plausible at first, but when repeated over and over, they form a clear pattern of avoidance. They are hiding, and they are hiding for a reason. Ultimately, our most reliable guide is the quiet, persistent feeling in your gut, the primal instinct honed over millennia. This inner voice can sense when something is not right, even when you cannot logically explain why. If a relationship feels too good to be true, if the speed feels unsettling, if the stories seem too dramatic, your intuition is trying to send you a message, alerting you to a disturbance in the natural order. Protecting yourself requires valuing your safety above the flattery of a stranger. This is not cynicism, it is profound self-respect. You are worthy of a relationship built on honesty and trust. By learning to recognize the warning signs, the sparse profile, rapid declarations, tragic stories, money requests, constant evasion, we empower ourselves, we become skilled observers in our own habitat. May your journey for connection be one of safety, wisdom, and genuine joy.